You. Welcome to the big show on a Tuesday. How are you, patrons? Good to have you aboard. Quick shout out to Andrew Marshall. $100 donation. Thank you so much, Andrew. I don't know if I might have read this last week, but I couldn't remember, but I don't want to miss you. So thank you so much. 833-599-NICK. 833-599-6425. 833-599-6425. Don't forget to catch me this Friday. I'll be on the Joe Rogan podcast, 9 LA time. That night, I will be at the Comedy Palace in San Diego, California. And then that's following Sunday, Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, Ventura, California. The following Monday, next Monday morning, with Dave Rubin on the Dave Rubin Show. And then Friday and Saturday, February 8th and 9th, the Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida. Friday, March 8th, Wood Theater, Glens Falls, New York. Saturday, March 9th, Cohoes Hall, Cohoes, New York. I will be taping an hour. Friday, April 26th, Steel Stacks, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Friday, May 31st, Jonathan's in Agunquit, Maine. Saturday, June 1, Whites of Westport, Westport, Mass. Saturday, August 10th, the Newtown Theater in Newtown, Pennsylvania. And then Saturday, October 19th of 2019, Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to nickdip.com for ticket information. Coming to you live, as usual.
We'll do it live.
Okay. It's the beauty of the show.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
All right, we will, Bill.
I want all of you to enjoy your cake. So, enjoy.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Everybody's mad as hell. The internet, Twitter just feeds the fucking hate on, and Facebook, because one side is slanted and favored and biased, and the rest of us just trying to get in on the action. We will not lay the fuck down. A lot of hate, a lot of angst. What we need is the love charger.
You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. I am so lucky, God. You are mine. Oh, love charger. You are my love charger. You are my love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger.
That goes out to Kathy Griffin, Alyssa Milano, and all the empty-headed, fucking knee-jerk, liberal ignoramuses who just live to hate. I don't know why. They have plenty of money. They're famous. By the way, that guy, the love charger, he's in prison. This guy's like a cult following over in India or whatever, like a rock star. He plays stadiums and shit. But he's the leader of a cult. He had like 500 guys suing him because he made them get circumcised and shit. And then he was charged with rape recently. It's always good to play his tunes. Give him a little fucking... I just love that song. By the way, I am the love charger. That was my nickname in elementary school. What? What in Christ's creation is going on? It really is sick out there, though, isn't it? Between the Covington high school kids and the showdown with that phony fucking elderly Native American and the hateful black Israelites, and we get some footage of an angry feminist like there's any other kind at the Women's March, bragging about how many abortions she's had in her 20s, and they're just also shrill and angry and unhappy people on the left. You know why? Because they get called on their bullshit. Their worldview, their life view, this utopian wet dream they think is going to happen, it's never going to happen. And it's our job to fucking wake them up to the truth. And when you corner them with logic and reasoning, they get angry. It's like, the kid that's losing the Monopoly game flips the board over. That's what the left is right now. Screaming bunch of hateful slime bags, from Robert Mueller to fucking Ocasio-Cortez to Pelosi. You're losing. You're losing big time. All this shit that's going on right now is about the 2020 election, because politics is your religion. It's all you guys have in your lives. Really is sad. Anyways, Brett Baier. You know who he is? He's the Walter Cronkite of our time. He does just a hard news show from 6. He's like America's Anchorman. from 6 to 7 on Fox News Channel. I was in an elevator with him years ago in the Fox building and shook his hand, and just as nice as you'd think he'd be. He's just a hard-working dude and, a TV star. Well, why am I talking about him? Well, I'll tell you why. Fox News anchor Brett Baier and his family were in a car accident while vacationing in Montana on Monday. We just found that he and his family were in a car accident. Colbert reported this, referring to Baier, who was scheduled to be a guest on his show, The Late Show. Colbert said bad, like jaws of life, to get him out of there. Brett's message to everyone out there is they're going to be okay. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers for him and his family. And he said, after a weekend of skiing with my wife and 2 boys and a girl I abducted from a house. What? Driving to the airport on Monday morning on icy roads, we were involved in a major car crash. Thanks to a man driving by named Zach, who stopped and helped, we were able to climb out of the flipped car. And thanks to the first responders and Montana Highway Patrol, we made it to the hospital quickly. We are very grateful to all of those who helped us out. My advice to everyone is to wear your seatbelt. Now, don't get preachy, Brett, goddammit. To wear your seatbelt and to count your blessings. Don't take anything for granted. Every day is a blessing. Not true. Most days are just a flat tire, a cold sore, and anal fissures. It's always good to remind yourself of that before something does it for you. Earlier this month, he signed a multi-year deal with Fox News. Well, of course he did. That's why God wanted to take his life, and that brought back kind of a creepy memory because my sister dated a guy in high school, and years later, this has to be going on 15, 20 years ago, I remember she got very upset at news. He was on a vacation in Colorado, somewhere with his family, same thing, skiing. Him, his wife's kids, and his kids, and somebody on an icy road, the car turned and slid into his lane, killing him, his wife, and 2 of the kids. I don't know why I'm bringing that up on this show. It's supposed to be funny, but I'm just saying how fucking horrible. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And then my sister, Darlene, was up in Vermont like 3 weekends ago. She's coming home with her husband, and the car in front of him loses control and flips over. And they actually, my sister and brother-in-law actually help these people. They let them sit in their car and stay warm. And what's going on out there? I drive like a goddamn maniac. I'm fine. I was coming home from Windsor Locks this Saturday night, the snowstorm, and twice my car got sideways. I'm just glad the wife or anybody wasn't in the car. Fucking punch. I would have been more damaged by that than the actual... Twice my car. Once I was sliding towards a guardrail on the right by myself, nobody around, and my back tires, you always turn into the spin, folks. You know that. And my back tires caught at I was about 8 to 10 feet from hitting the fucking guardrail. And here's the thing. I left the gig, Bobby V's, it was over around 9. I left around 9:45. I drove for an hour and 40 minutes, and it was pretty blizzardy out there. I didn't see one fucking plow. Hour and 40 minutes into the fucking... I'm driving on virgin fucking snow. And you can't see if there's any lanes or shit. I was passing, I was probably in a breakdown lane, and there's other people who overdo it. They put their blinkers on, their fucking flashers, and I'm like, it's water, not olive oil, for Christ's sake. You doing 7? Get out of the car and push it if you're that afraid. But I didn't see one fucking plow. Is that what we do now? Wait. I don't get it. Hour and 40 minutes in, I saw a plow. It was about 20 minutes from home. And I saw a plow. Of course, he's doing 6, holding us all back. And I passed 2 cars that were behind him and passed the, on a 2-way thing. Not the smartest thing to do, but I had to get home. Big doings. I think the Bruins were playing the Canadians or some shit. It's worth, risking life and limb. 833-599-6425. So I like Brett Baier. I thought I'd give him a plug, and I'd probably ruin his career by mentioning him on the show. Brett Baier. Look at him. He's already lost focus. You are just like a fucking 6-year-old, Ryan. What are you doing? Hurry up.
I'm checking to see if Jimmy texted me back.
Sure you were. You're looking at the tits of that SNL writer. Or the tranny. One of those two.
You are the love charger. You are the love charger.
That's Ryan's new name, the love charger. Anyhow, here we go. I'll get back. We have an update on the the Native Americans versus the very dangerous white teenage Catholic high school boys, because they are the problem of the world, according to Alyssa Big Tits Milano and fucking dog-faced Kathy Griffin and Reza Azalano, whoever the fuck his name is. I wonder if they all apologized now that we have the full story. And once again, blacks were at the middle of starting shit. Black Israelites, excuse me. But I'll get to that in a second. Here's some more racial tension. MLK Day, which apparently means, young black kids can do whatever. This is, I want to get to it. Ugh. Warning, video contains graphic language. How about warning it contains ignorant behavior by teenagers of a certain segment of the population who've been so spoiled that they think they can do anything, and they can without fucking any consequences of the law. Video posted online Monday night shows a white man in South Florida pulling a pistol on a group of black kids and repeatedly calling them the N-word during MLK Jr. Day protest against gun violence. Don't you love that's the headline. Video shows white man pull gun on black kids, yells racial slurs. They have a whole story to choose from. There's more to the story there, but that's what sells. Why does that sell? Because there's a lot of white liberal jerk-offs who they're so hell-bent on proving this is the most racist place on the planet, even though black and brown people are sneaking in at a fucking unbelievable rate for the last, I don't know how many years. It's so goddamn. Here is the, I think it was in Miami, I think this happened.
You just ran over me! You're tired! No, you're not!
Good for you, white girl.
You ran over my foot! Don't touch me, bro! Don't touch me, you bunch of thugs! Fuck you, bitch! Fucking white ass!
Yeah.
That guy in the red!
That guy's got a gun!
Yeah, right behind this guy! You ran over
Fuck out
my
of here, fucking piece of shit! You fucking losers!
You ran over my foot!
Fucking stupid niggas!
You
Go!
moving!
Fucking dumbass fucking niggas!
No! Gilligan!
This guy right now!
Y'all be on the news! Y'all gonna make the news!
Y'all gonna make the news!
All right! Fucking idiots! Listen, you stupid niggers!
Hey, language, everybody, language. Wow, did they scatter when that guy got out of the car? But, okay, so once again, we don't see, and I said this yesterday, when you see something like that, first thing you ask yourself is what? Well, what precipitated this? And you know what it was? Those black punks on their bikes were blocking traffic at a major intersection. This woman's trying to get home to pick up her kids or whatever, at school or whatever, and they're blocking the fucking intersection. By the way, which is against the law? It's civil disobedience, but you can't block traffic. I know that fucking much. And then the cowboy gets out with his fucking gun and they scatter like the cockroaches that they are. I don't see what's so horrible about that. Ooh, he used the N-word. Ooh. So he's in trouble for carrying a concealed weapon and whatnot. But this is what it's come to. It's MLK Jr. Day. We can do whatever the fuck we want. They're blocking traffic. And you know what? I don't see why that's so controversial and such a big deal. He didn't shoot anybody. Ooh, the N-word was... I don't give a fuck. When you're in a verbal fight with somebody, you say the most hateful thing you can think of. Whether it's your wife, your fucking dog, your uncle. You say the most horrible shit. Don't you, Ryan? When you're wrestling, right? You got a Cub Scout in a headlock, you won't take his pants off. What do you say?
Why
Why
I'd probably call him retarded.
Ooh, strong language. Then again, he voted for Cuomo. Well, retarded.
It's when I'm playing video games and I'm playing something and I get killed that I really get creative with my insults.
Yeah, that takes a lot of balls instead of face-to-face. That's the problem.
Over the internet where I'm the bravest.
At least you fucking admit it. Oh, he used the... What's worse, him pulling out the gun or using the N-word? In the world we live in today, the fucking gun. 833-599-6425. I mean, the N-word. Not the gun. The fucking N-word. What was so horrible about that? You think it... You know what's funny? It's the white libs who cringe when they hear... The black kids let it roll off their back. It's not going to fucking hurt their feelings. They're all convinced you're racist anyways. But they're blocking an incident. Where are the cops? Where is that part of the footage? It's out there, by the way. I saw it. They were fucking right in the middle of the street. But it's another example of like the Native American versus Covington High kids. Same thing. The cameras turn on, but you never see what precipitated. Turns out black Israelites are at the center there. Am I trying to prove a point? Yeah, civil disobedience. And again, will there be any legal repercussions for the kid? No, but that guy's in deep shit. Who is that guy? Because I might vote for him. I can't. I'm not living in fucking Miami. But you know what he said, man? He said, look.
Run through a motherfucker face.
Goddamn right he said that.
Wake up, white people.
The incident happened Monday afternoon, Miami's Brickell district, according to the Florida civil rights group Dream Defenders. I have a dream, too. I can't say what it is. Why do they always go to these civil rights? We always get a fucking statement from the civil rights groups. They're the ones who posted the footage on Twitter. Police told the Miami New Times that the man seen in the video, identified as 51-year-old Clint Eastwood, Mark Allen Bartlett, was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed firearm. His outbursts appeared to stem from a dispute that another resident was having with the aforementioned kids / fucking jerk-offs, who reportedly were taking part in the area's annual Wheels Up, Guns Down protest. How about IQs Up? Which involves bikers and bicyclists protesting against gun violence. Why do you all go to school or go to work? All of yous. The resident, who's a white female, can be heard accusing the youths of blocking the roadway with their bikes, and which is exactly what they're doing. He's smiling in the mugshot. That looks like a fucking headshot you submit for a sitcom. The wisecracking plumber, Tommy Sheldon. At one point, she claims to have gotten run over by one of the bikes. You just ran over my foot with your tire, you little... And that's when Bartlett stepped in. Who did it, he asked before confronting one of the jerk-offs. Anyways, according to Dream Defenders, one of the kids involved was 11 years old. Yeah, so what? More good parenting. Anyways... Bartlett is being held Monday night on $5,000 bond. I would have sent it to him. Seen in his mugshot, smiling. He looks crazy, said one Twitter user. Naturally. That's, again, people on Twitter missing the fucking point. Once again, they all have their pitchforks out. The sanctimonious, hey, I'm more holier than thou fucking crowd. Anyways, look how happy he is to be a racist, another said. Fuck Twitter. I've been on Twitter in a week or so. The fucking password's fucked up. They won't get back to me. I hate you so much. Do me a favor and delete my account. You motherless fucks. I hate you. Please. And somebody started... I know there was something called Gab, G-A-B, that was supposed to be, a place where conservatives or anybody could go to say anything they want, and that hasn't taken... I'll jump in as soon as you guys get over 11 people. But these young urban kids are a little bit out of control, folks, and this is what happens when you treat a race like a spoiled stepchild for the last fucking 60 years. They feel entitled to everything, and you can't blame them. They're doing what's natural. It's the white liberals who enable this type of horseshit. I love how he's the bad guy. He came to a woman's rescue. I love how they scattered when they saw the gun, showed some true grit. Do we have fights tonight after the show? Huh?
We can.
What do you mean we can?
We don't have them now, but
why not? You guys said you were going to alternate, right? Are you getting fucking lazy?
We're going to do it on Wednesday.
Just one day now?
And
that was not the plan.
Jason says he wanted to do it on Wednesday and Thursday.
Is that right, Jace? Wednesday and Thursday? Why is that?
I don't know. That's just when we decided.
How about Monday and Wednesday?
We could do that too.
So you decide shit without asking the boss? I agreed to it.
It was a group decision.
How about fucking when the most people are watching? Monday, Wednesday. I don't care. I just felt like fighting myself. Film it. Come on, baby.
Wake up, white people.
I'm trying. 833-599-6425. We had the most people watching us yesterday than we think we ever had. And thank you, the great Owen Benjamin. Jimmy Schubert, who's a very, very funny comedian friend of mine. He was on King of Queens a few times and part of the Outlaw Gang back when Kinnison and Hicks and he hung with those guys. He's a solid comic. from Philadelphia originally, just a working class, fucking edgy, funny, politically incorrect dude. And he's got a new special out. I think he's in town tonight or tomorrow. I think he's going to either Skype in or maybe we'll have him in studio. I don't know if you want to make the trek up here. Anyhow. Speaking of Twitter. Update on that story from yesterday. Twitter has suspended an account that helped spread video of the encounter between Native American elders surrounded by Kentucky high school students wearing Make America Great Again caps. They still have to give a Screw just fell out of something. It landed on my foot. I have no idea. Probably this chair is going to collapse. They're still in pain, the Indians. Even when they sing today, it's where's the love charger?
You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger.
First down, Cherokees.
You are the love charger. You are the love charger. You are the love charger. I am so lucky. You are my love charger. You are my love charger. You are my.
Anyhow, so Twitter has suspended that account that helped make that thing go viral. The account with username @2020fight was set up in December 2016, supposedly belonged to a California school teacher named Talia, but the actual owner was a blogger based in Brazil. The social media site suspended the account, which has more than 40,000 followers, after the news outlet said it inquired about it. Twitter saying, hey man, can imagine Twitter actually apologizing on behalf of these white kids, but they're still getting death threats, and their life is a fucking mess.
This committee owes an apology. This committee owes an apology.
Teacher and advocate fighting for 2020 said the bio on the account, which had tweeted on average 130 times a day since the beginning of this year. That's what CNN reported. That version of the video of the face-off at the Lincoln Memorial in D.C., which was posted on Friday, had been viewed 2.5 million times. Just some fucking anonymous blogger, and was retweeted at least 14,400 times. This MAGA loser gleefully bothering a Native American protester at the Indigenous Peoples March read the caption under the video, which is... here's the real fucking story of how it all started.
He said, "This racist. What the hell is all this? Right. What the hell is you see a crackers with Make America Great hat on? Yeah, you's a cracker. You's a cracker. All of you crackers."
Oh, they gonna call him. One black man. They gonna call one black man.
Yeah, what, son? Y'all got one nigga in the crowd.
Oh!
One nigga in the crowd.
One nigga, huh?
Y'all got one nigga in the crowd. Oh, you got two niggas in the crowd. Oh, two niggas in the crowd.
He said we got two.
Look at this simple dude.
And how many? And I'm gonna say a pause moment. Oh, come on, shawty. Come on, shawty.
I can't even get mad at these ignorant fucks.
Get out, nigga.
Do you hear that?
Get out, nigga. You ain't seen the movie? Why you being mean? Get out, nigga.
That's right.
The 16-year-old kid died. Get out, nigga.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Kathy Griffin. Hey, Reza. Who was using the N-word there? Did you apologize to the kids? You know, a few of these, Patton Oswalt, too, that other fucking little midget who I thought I liked. I'm giving up on him, too. He was out there trying to dox these fucking kids, put up one of the kids' fucking address or something. What pieces of shit you are. Have you apologized? Why don't you go in person? Why don't you do a show at their high school as an apology? Oh, that's right. Nobody would watch you. You apologize to these kids? No? Did you rip the black Israelites in tweets today? Did you rip them a new asshole for spreading hate? Supposedly, the old Indian fellow was trying to calm down the tensions between the white kids who had done absolutely nothing, proving once again that probably the most harmless people on the earth, the MAGA hat people, and the resties are fucking maggots, including the Native American guy. By the way, not a Vietnam vet. He served in the service during Vietnam, was not a Vietnam vet. I don't think he started the rumor. Anyways, he says he wants to meet with the kids, and I think the kids should say, why don't you lick my white European ass crack there, fucking running eagle? Is it raining in there, kids? The clip had been posted earlier on Instagram by someone who attended the event, but it was at 2020 Fights caption that sparked the whole thing when all the lefties, all the fucking victims. Just look who weighs in there except for Alyssa Miller. You know, Patton Oswalt, he probably wasn't bullied, right? His whole life. Kathy Griffin looked like a fucking stump fence as a kid. Just all wah, eh. Information warfare expert Molly McHugh said a network of anonymous accounts was working to spread the inflammatory video. Maybe I can help them spread my fucking next special. This is the new landscape, she said, where bad actors monitor us and appropriate content that fits their needs. They know how to get it where they need to go, so it amplifies naturally, she said. Sort of like what Owen Benjamin was talking about, how the Russians, you know, they fucking feed misinformation to get us to fight amongst each other. And I want to watch that video of the guy, Brezhnev, whatever he said his name was. But you know, we can sow the seeds of hate ourselves in this country because there's enough lefties who hate what the country stands for, don't really need the help of Russian spies or whatnot. Anyhow. So we await your apology, you know, Alyssa and the rest is. And real quick, our buddy Drew, he saw Jimmy Schubert on Cumia yesterday, I guess. Hey, Drew, what's happening?
Hey, yeah, Nick, I was just, when you mentioned his name, I never heard of the guy before, but I was just watching Anthony Cumia's show, and the guy's hilarious. He's got some awesome stories about his dad was an old-time detective on the job, and just, the guy, he tore the shit house down, man. He was awesome.
Of course. There's guys like that. He's like me. He's been around forever. You just, you don't get to break anybody. I always run into him at the Montreal Comedy Festival, so it's been a while. But he's a working class guy from Philly, and he was always politically incorrect. And this type of my audience and guys like Drew would love him. He's a great. If you ever get to see him live, go see him. Like I said, I mean, Sam Kinison loved him, and he's just a funny working class dude, and with great material. So thanks for the plug, Drew. We're gonna try to get him on tomorrow.
All right, man. That's all I got. Have a good night.
All right, brother.
La, 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 la.
So that's how it works. But here's the scary part of this whole story. That's some blogger in Brazil, some anonymous nobody. And what happens? The media in this country, the fucking left-leaning, bloodthirsty, Trump-hating machine, couldn't wait to get the facts in. It was a perfect storm, as I call it. It had white high school Catholic kids with their MAGA hats. It had an old Indian guy. We can't pass this up. Fuck the facts. Even now, there's some lefties still sticking to it after it's been debunked, because that's what they do. I've used this analogy before. It's like watching a football game or a sporting, but one team has to follow the rules, the other one doesn't. So who do you think's going to fucking win? So I say to the people on the right, fuck the rules. Start clipping, pushing the back, fucking helmet to helmet, interference. Nobody's going to call it. I still feel for those New Orleans people. I mean, they have football. That's a great football town. They have to be. Wasn't it last year, Jason, the playoff game? I don't know if you're a football fan or not. The last play of the game, I think it was Diggs for Minnesota or whatever. Last play of the game, guy for the Vikings throws a pass. Guy for fucking defensive back comes up. Guy jumps up to catch a ball for the Vikings. This DB missed him by 3 feet. It looked fixed. And they scored, and it cost them... That's 2 years in a row. They could have went to a Super Bowl. You agree? All right.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think. No, I just know there was the one game in the NFC last year that was totally wacky. I know the Vikings were involved, so...
Yeah, that was it. It's like I might as well be asking the cast of Rent what a 3-4 nickel package is.
No, I love football. I just haven't followed it as closely the last few years as I used to.
Oh, that means you don't love it. Anyways.
What the fuck is a 3-4 nickel package?
Nothing. I combined a hybrid. 3-4 defense is 3 down linemen, 4 linebacker. Nickel package is an extra defensive back. Ryan's like, a nickel package sounds dirty. It either has to do with weed or cock. Either way, I'm in.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Oh, cut it out. He's just fine. You don't have to talk like that. Let's stay on this story, shall we? As the left-wing media. SNL writer offers oral sex for anyone who punches a MAGA kid in the face. I will blow whoever. I got to be honest, it made me hard as a whale's tooth just reading this. With the big, we have a picture of... in Dewey sausage. I will blow whoever manages to punch that MAGA kid in the face, tweeted Sarah Beatty or Beatty. So anybody out there? Interesting, Matt Crouch responded. So you're willing to offer fellatio to someone who punches a minor in the face? Madonna offered the same thing to guys who voted for Obama. I guess it's part of that Me Too thing. The women on the left are seriously messed up. Well, I'm saying the people, men on the left or the right, are messed up if you don't take her up on that fucking... I think one of the twinks ought to fly to that kid's house in a video, smack him in the face.
Looks like me and Jason are punching some poor kid in the face.
There you go. The tweet was quickly deleted after backlash by a bunch of fags. No, although others about the same issue remain up, including one in which she states, "Oh yes, the kid who was marching against women's reproductive rights, which is not what they were doing. They were there for a pro-life thing. See, you can only have one opinion, according to this big-nippled, empty-headed skull fucker. While wearing a hat promoting an evil, homophobic, racist, misogynistic sociopath was totally misrepresented," she says.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
That's how she sees the president. She has to. She works at SNL. She's in show business. Wearing a hat that promotes evil, homophobic, racist, misogynistic sociopath, meaning Trump. What a dumb little girl with giant tits. I'd like to slap your ass. Beatty's Twitter bio reads, writer, comedy person, I hate your ex-boyfriend. Sorry, I meant mine. I have big tits. Her Instagram page, which she has labeled Tits and Depression, which is the name of my next album, by the way. If I keep eating fucking pasta vazole at midnight. Yeah. Tits and Depression features numerous pictures of her drawing attention to her ample breasts. Well, we found somebody that's willing to punch that kid in the face and get the blowjob. It's a video. Here, we found them. It's not a badass. Let's take another look at that in slow motion, Joe. Good to see David Lee Roth out and about, huh? I want to see that again, please.
You are the love chaser. You are the love chaser. I am so lucky. You are mine, love chaser. You are my love chaser. You are my love chaser. You are the love chaser. You are the love
There you go, Miss Beatty, Beatty, whatever your name is. Can you get? Do they make tits that look like they're in the 70s? You know? Can't you get like tits that are fucking, fake tits that are wrinkled and sag a little? He's a 90-year-old guy with the tits of an 18-year-old cheerleader. I don't know.
I mean, a crazy man.
Anyways, that's good, Sarah. She took it down anyways because, Beatty's vulgar tweet was just one of countless similar violent threats made by leftists in response to the story. Twitter has thus far failed to take any action against any prominent individual for encouraging violence against children. Meanwhile, Covington Catholic High School has been canceled lessons this morning following death threats made against students. They've had death threats made against them. People have said they should lock them in the school, burn down the school. There should be school shootings. This is the left. Keep voting Democrat. Keep voting for these fucking scumbags. But in the meantime, somebody should get a Hummer. You should call that kid and go, look, I'm going to fake slap you. I really believe what you believe, but just let me fake punch you in the face because I want this fucking SNL chick to blow me. You are the love charger. Let's go on to some more angry left-wing chicks. What a generation of fucking killjoys, I'll tell you. In a profanity-laced exchange with a pro-life activist captured by Breitbart News on Saturday, a teenage attendee of far-left Women's March in Washington, D.C. was seen boasting about the number of abortions she had. By the way, it was a bust, the march, not half the people they had the year before. And again, because the people who run it are fucking anti-Semites and they love Louis Farrakhan, a couple of the broads. Even some prominent left-wing feminists said, no, we're not participating. It's turning into a hate fest and whatnot. And but it brings together some fabulous young girls that I just want you to watch this and just think, how did she get to this mental state? And I can imagine being a guy this girl's age and trying to get laid with this type of hatred. And well, here you go.
God bless men. It's time for men to be men and women.
What happened?
It's the website.
It's the website. I don't even know what that means. I sent you a link. Here you go. We got to have audio. Try it again. That's all right. Try it again. Do you guys test this shit before you put it?
We did. If you don't touch it for 5 minutes, it'll play another ad.
Well, I don't know whose fault that is. Man. I'll count down. 5, 4, 59, 4.
It's gonna take a bit.
All right.
You had to refresh the page.
All right, refresh the page. Shit has to be ready, folks. I don't know what to do. But they said this year was a more modest affair. Let me see. She says, "My body, my choice." The female teen donning a pink pussy hat synonymous with the Women's March. She's a walking yeast infection. Is seen shouting at the activists at the start of the video. "It is my body until they cut the umbilical cord, motherfucker." Ooh, she's going to make a great mom. I like to cut your throat. Stop talking about women's reproductive rights when you've got a dick. Okay, you stop talking about football. And we'll stop talking about that. The teen is seen ordering the demonstrator. You're a man. You don't get to comment about me having a fucking baby. Okay, you're a woman. You can't comment about football. I think that's fair. I've never carried a baby. You've never carried a football. Deal? She then tells the pro-life activist, if you're a woman, you can't talk about my manliness, the guy says. That's what the male demonstrator said to her, wearing a MAGA hat. Honey, you're showing everyone that you're a bitch with what you're doing right here, she said. You're a piece of shit. Wow, she's very... Do we... Yeah? Okay, let's roll it.
My body, my choice!
Look at her.
Until they cut the umbilical cord, yes, it fucking is! My body, my choice!
You're fat.
I've had 2 abortions. I don't give a fuck. It's my body, it's my choice. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. Call me a How many times have you jerked off into a sock or into your hand or onto the floor
Couple times today.
Nothing by itself. Nothing by itself. Babies don't grow out of semen.
Pause. He says babies don't grow out of semen. She's getting a fucking biology lesson with her pussy. That's supposed to be a pussy hat? What kind of pussy is that? What kind of snatch is that? Go ahead.
You don't make a baby with semen. I'm sorry.
Shut up. No.
You need to shut up, she said. Talk about a punchable face. Somebody stick a dick in her mouth. Was that it? Really? Anyways. Lovely. I had 2 abortions and I don't give a fuck. Which is fine. I'm not a pro-life guy. I told you that. I can't be for euthanasia. I can't be for when somebody's sick and has cancer and wants to die. I think she'd have the right to fucking die. So I can't be for that. And then, But that's not the point. The point that she just the fucking hatred towards men, and you can't comment on this because you don't have a vagina. Ay. Is that how it works? Really? Ryan, you think that's how it should work? Anytime today, Ryan. Jesus Christ, these aren't fucking career questions I'm asking.
I don't know. I guess if it's insider, she can do what she wants with it.
If what's insider? You? Or
yeah.
Me? It's not even about choice. It's about whether you're killing a live thing or not. They made it about choice because feminists are just selfish cunts and everything's me, and don't tell a woman what to do. My body, my choice. I'm going to use that next time I cut a horrible fart in an enclosed place with a bunch of chicks around. My body, my choice. I chose to eat the fucking 3 enchiladas, and now you're going to pay the price. But I had the perfect line in my special Raw Nerve. They said, guys can't talk about it because you can't talk about the abortion issue. You've never carried a baby. And I said, you've never carried a football. Get the fuck off ESPN. I'll make that deal today. So will every other man and woman, by the way. My body, my choice. My vagina, my choice. My filthy ass, my choice. As John Kennedy anally raping somebody in the open. My body, my choice. I don't give a fuck. I'm the President of the United States. I am the President of the United States. I don't want to hear a fucking thing from you. Where's the fucking video blabber mouth cunt song?
Christy, get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your asshole.
Do we get this motherless fuck's name? Anyways, you just have to know that it was a dud. Yeah, there was an estimated 100,000 just east of the White House holding a day-long rally. The march itself took about an hour and only moved about 4 blocks west along Pennsylvania Avenue. Some Jewish groups have pulled support from Women's March, Inc. A Washington state chapter disbanded in protest. In November, Teresa shook her baby to death because it was her choice. No. That's her name. Teresa Shook, the Hawaiian woman whose viral Facebook post is credited with launching the original Women's March, called on Mallory and her co-chairwoman Linda Sarsour, who's a real Jew hater, Carmen Perez and Bob Bland. Bobby Bland, a real Jew hater. Carmen Perez and Bob Bland to resign. They have allowed anti-Semitism, anti-LBGTQIA. They keep adding more shit. What's the fucking I? Indigenous?
Asinine? Intellectually asinine? I don't know.
Maybe. Sentiment and hateful racist rhetoric to become a part of the platform by their refusal to separate themselves from groups that espouse these racist, hateful beliefs, she wrote. In an interview with the AP, Sarsour, she's a hateful bitch, acknowledged valid criticism that the organization had been delayed in our unequivocal response in denouncing anti-Semitism. but she said it was part of the growth process. Oh, okay. So was Nazi Germany. That was just part, they were trying to take over the world. That was just a stage. But she said it was part of the growth process in building a movement compromised of many different groups of people. Yeah, many hateful fucking groups of people. We believe in this movement. I believe in the movement I left in the toilet this morning. That's what I believe in, Miss Asor. A real Jew hater. Horrible people on the left. Horrible people. Horrible. Far left, I should say. What? What's the matter, Jake?
We're trying to figure out what the I and the A stand for, and apparently it's intersex and asexual, which is kind of strange.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's par for the course.
In another year, it's going to be the whole fucking alphabet. They'll just, just so tired. Let's get on to something lighthearted and delicious. Fecal transplant researchers identify super pooper donors. That's the actual headline. I'm not kidding you. Researchers looking into the success of fecal transplants believe they have identified why the poo of certain donors produces better results than others, so-called super pooper donors. A team at the University of Fartville, Auckland, examined results from previous studies on fecal transplants. Oh, my God. Fecal transplants. I'm not going to reach into that play school cooler for a sandwich, I'll tell you. When feces and the microbes it contains are taken from a healthy gut and used to reset the gut of the recipient. I think I'd rather die and be sick. I don't want somebody else's shit being put into me surgically. If I want that, I'll let a Catholic priest bone me in the ass. Nick, that's horrible. Kiss my fucking grits. To understand why poo from certain donors resulted in a better success rate in treating certain conditions, the transfer of feces from one individual to another has become a useful treatment in the LA Rams locker room. What? No. He's day-to-day with fecal matter. Useful treatment for recurrent Clostridium difficile, C. diff. That's an infection everybody picks up in hospitals. A debilitating condition that causes diarrhea and tummy pain. Well, so does Taco Bell at 3 in the fucking morning. I don't want somebody else's shit shoved in my ass. However, the procedure is also showing promise for a host of other conditions, including ulcerative colitis, that have been also linked to the microbiome of the gut. The community of bacteria, viruses, it's a community, of course, and fungi found there. Being out of kilter. I have a little experience with this. I had some real stomach problems a few years ago, and there's all kinds of shit you can... But can I tell you? Metamucil. They tell you to take it 3 times, which is crazy. I take a tablespoon and a drink the night before. I'm passing stuff I ate in 4th and 5th grade. I'm telling you, I saw crayons paste Corinne Conway's fucking ring. It is the best. They tell you, if I took that 3 times a day, I'd weigh 111. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Psyllium husk, okay? That's the key. Psyllium husk is like bark off some tree. It'll scrape your pipes clean like you wouldn't fucking believe. But anyways, microbes, you have good and bad bacteria in your stomach. You know how it is. Yogurt fucking can help, and there's all kinds of... Anyways, in one study, the remission rate for ulcerative colitis was twice as high among recipients whose transplant included stool from one particular bar. That's right, bar stools. What? From one particular donor. Such results have fueled the emergence of an unlikely sounding hero, the super donor. Looking at previously published studies in the field, O'Sullivan and colleagues say a stool from a super donor often has greater diversity of microbe. Even in the shit stories, you have to get work diversity into. I need poop from an Indian, a Puerto Rican, and a Dominican. In other studies, it has been suggested the presence of viruses in the stool might play a role in resolving certain conditions, like what? High energy prices, inflation. We think the super donors differ depending on. I want to be a super donor. Can I make money doing this? We think the super donor differ depending on the condition you're trying to treat. The team added that compatibility between the donor and recipient is another key factor. It's like getting a new heart or a liver. Instead of being on a list for Livy, you're on somebody's shit list. You're literally on a shit list. This shit writes itself. Oh, God help me. How am I not more famous? I don't know. The team added the compatibility between the donor and recipient is another key factor, not least the immune reaction of the recipient to the donor stool. I reject that stool. It came from a black man. I will not have black shit in my ass. And which species strains are present in the recipient's gut before transplant? Can your body reject shit? How would you know? I mean, with a heart, it fucking goes, hey, I'm stopping. Or liver's like, eyes start turning yellow and shit. What's more, for the procedure to be a long-term success, O'Sullivan and colleagues say factors include the diet of the recipient. I'm guessing you want to get somebody from Mexico who lives on ghost peppers and fucking tequila. That's going to kill anything in your gut. You know what's funny? Professor Bobby Knight. That's what it says. Robert Knight. An experiment on the human microbiome at the University of California, who was not involved in the study, said strategies to find super donors whose stool is especially effective as a curative are still in their infancy. Speaking of infancies, here's where you can find some shit. Right? That shit is pure. It's like cocaine from fucking Colombia. That's a grade 8 chip, man. Give me the diaper, okay? I said no kids. I tell you, no fucking kids. Although progress on this topic or making synthetic super donors from the stool of many people could greatly improve application of fecal transplants. And let's hope so. I mean, somebody gets killed on a motorcycle on the highway. Somebody needs his shit. That would be the best one. Getting a kid pulling out of fucking Taco Bell, gets run over by an 18-wheel. Guy is loaded. I'd set up the shop right there. Nick, that's horrible. Yes. Anyways, finally tonight on Meet the Press with Chuck Todd, lying motherless fuck. Google, this story's from last week. I didn't get to it. I know this isn't really news to us all, but it's more proof that the left wing will do anything to win. Google manipulated YouTube search results for abortion, Maxine Waters, which is redundant, and David Hogg. Great name for a porn star. In sworn testimony, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, you know who he is.
But you don't have opening?
No.
But why not? But you don't have opening?
No.
But why not? But you don't have opening?
No.
But why not? But you don't have opening?
No.
But why not?
I love that. Anyways, in sworn testimony, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, told Congress last month that his company does not manually intervene on any particular search result. Fucking really? What a fucking...
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
Yet an internal discussion thread leaked to Breitbart News reveals Google regularly intervenes in search results on its YouTube video platform, including a recent intervention that pushed pro-life videos out of the top 10 search results for abortion. The term abortion was added to a blacklist file for controversial YouTube queries, which contains a list of search terms that the company considers sensitive. Here's the problem. All this shit is subjective. You know, that's the fucking problem. Yet they're calling the shot. The existence of the blacklist was revealed in an internal Google discussion thread leaked to Breitbart by a source inside the company who wishes to remain anonymous. A partial list of blacklisted terms was also leaked to Breitbart by another Google source. In the leaked discussion thread, a Google site reliability engineer hinted at the existence of more search blacklists. We have tons of white and blacklists that humans manually curate. That's a quote from the employee. Hopefully this isn't surprising or particularly controversial. Well, it is, cheese dick. The software engineer who started the discussion called the manipulation of search results related to abortion a smoking gun. Exactly.
You are correct, sir.
The software engineer noted that the change had occurred following an inquiry from a left-wing Slate journalist about the prominence of pro-life videos on YouTube, and that pro-life videos were replaced with pro-abortion videos in the top 10. That's all it took, was somebody to complain from Slate. And it's a pretty well-known person. I forget. I had the name. So a journalist from Slate complains that there was, too many pro-life things. And then, so what does Google do? Replaces the pro-life with pro-abortion videos in the top 10 results for search terms, following Google's manual intervention. The Slate writer said she had complained last Friday and then saw different search results before YouTube responded to her on Monday, wrote the employee. And lo and behold, the changelog was submitted on Friday, December 14th at 3:17 p.m. Since the Slate journalist's inquiry and Google's subsequent intervention, the top search results now feature pro-abortion content from left-wing sources like BuzzFeed. We all know how reliable they are. Vice, CNN, and Last Week Tonight with John. You couldn't get more left-wing. In her report, the Slate journalist acknowledged that the search results changed shortly after she contacted Google. A Google employee in the discussion thread drew attention to Pachai's claim, noting that, in quotes, it seems like we are pretty eager to cater our search results to the social and political agenda of left-wing journalists. That's coming from a fucking Google employee.
You are correct, sir.
Okay? One of the posts in the discussion also noted that the blacklist had previously been edited to include the search term Maxine Waters after a single Google employee complained. The top YouTube search result for Maxine Waters was very low quality. I wonder what color that employee was. Oh, that's not actually unnecessary on my part. Probably a white lib. Google's alleged intervention on behalf of Democratic Congresswoman would be further evidence of the tech giant using its resources to prop up the left. At least one post in the discussion thread revealed the existence of a file called YouTube Controversial Query Blacklist, which contains a list of YouTube search terms that Google manually curates. I repeat, manually curates. Remember, Pakai said, we don't do that. We don't intervene in any of this. Lying, motherless fucks. How is the right going to have a chance? The mainstream media is all rigged. All the fucking college institutions are left-wing rigged. Hollywood, pop culture, the internet now, tech giants. Google controls every bit of information that you and I read, see, and hear, for Christ's sake. Probably the most powerful company on the planet. And they are fucking left-leaning. So good luck, righties. I don't know what to tell you. I just see muskets and dynamite as the only solution. What do you say, Nick? Oh, I'm just fucking around. After learning of the existence of the blacklist, Breitbart News obtained a partial screenshot of the full blacklist file from a source within Google. It reveals that the blacklist includes search terms related both to mass shootings and the progressive anti-Second Amendment activist David Hogg. This suggests Google has followed the lead of the Democrat politician. They work hand in hand. All the money now is in Northern California, Silicon Valley. It used to be the Midwest. Remember when that was the car industry back in the day? That's where all the unions and powers. So now the politicians are beholden to these big jerk-offs that work at these high-tech corporations. You know? That's how it fucking works. The high-tech, we'll give you money, but we'll lobby, and then the politicians lobby on their behalf. It's all fucking rigged. Good luck. Fox News ain't enough. Levin and Hannity, I'm sorry. It's a drop in the bucket. Here's the partial blacklist leaked to Breitbart. 2117, plane crash, Russia. 2118, plane crash. 2120, Florida shooting conspiracy. 2121, Florida shooting crisis actors. 2122, Florida conspiracy. 2123, Florida false flag shooting. 2120, but it goes on and on. So they're obviously manually manipulating this shit. Responding to a request for comment, a YouTube spokesman said the company wants to promote the authoritative sources in each search result. Authoritative means, the most trusted and not to be questioned. That's what they mean by that. In the case of the abortion search results, YouTube's intervention to insert authoritative content resulted in the downranking of pro-life videos and the elevation of pro-abortion ones. I think you get the idea, don't you? In the leaked discussion thread, a member of Google's trust and safety team, Daniel Aronson, admitted that the company maintains huge teams that work to adjust search results for subjects that are prone to hyperbolic content, misleading information, and offensive content. Again, that's not their call to make. What they think might be offensive might not be offensive to somebody who votes the way I do. All subjective terms that are frequently used to suppress right-leaning sources. Exactly. Let's go to Austin and Memphis. Austin has a solution for the right wingers to combat the deep state in Hollywood. What is Austin? What is it?
All right, hey Nick. Just real quick, I just want to preface this.
Yeah.
There's like a delay between the callers and you, so sometimes it like makes for bad radio, and you get all mad, but the callers are like being slow. But it's just the delay between the radio. But now the solution for your Hollywood problem.
Hold on, Austin. I'm well aware of the delay. I don't get mad at the callers unless they call up and I say, look, I got a guest coming on in 2 minutes and I have 11 calls lined up, and they start the phone conversation going, hey, Nick, how are you? And I go, I only have a minute, and they go, well, then take me afterwards. That's when I get mad. I'm well aware of the fucking techno of the delay and shit. And go ahead. Anyways, thank you.
No, I feel you, dude. And actually, I called in yesterday. I'm looking at my notes from yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's still relevant today. That's what I brought up. Now, the solution to your Hollywood problem is, all right, here's all you have to do. Yep. And eventually this will happen. So it's just a matter of how fast you can execute this. You, Theo Von, Bill Burr, Sam Tripoli, Adam Carolla, Owen Benjamin, Andrew Santino, Anthony Cumia, Jim Norton. I can't read the rest of my handwriting. There's a couple more names. Yeah. But if you name, just fucking all have a drunken meeting one night and agree to have each other's back no matter what happens in the news cycle, you can dominate Hollywood. The names I just listed are more powerful than the top 20 rich Hollywood producers and fucking... I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get hung on it. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
If you literally do that, which is eventually you're either going to do that or you're going to lose. But I'm telling you that is the only way you're going to win, and it's going to happen. So if you do it sooner than later, everyone wins. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to write that down. Good call, Austin. Thank you. Yes. Me, Jim Norton, 7 other comics are going to overpower fucking the Jews at Sony and at NBC. I'm kidding about the Jews part. I just say that to get people. I know damn well it's the Amish and the Irish and the Puerto Ricans that run Hollywood. Now, listen. We do have each other's backs. No meeting, no reason for a drunken meeting. It goes without saying we do protect each other when we get in trouble. And... it's going to take a lot more than that. I appreciate Austin's enthusiasm, his optimistic approach, but it's a lot bigger than 7 or 8 comics having each other's back. I think it's going to involve gunplay, shoulder rocket launchers, and some type of ricin. Just kidding. But I do appreciate that. I mean... he has no idea how fucking big Hollywood is and who runs it. Hey, I watched Bohemian Rhapsody last night. Not bad. You see it? Anybody see it yet? Guy was amazing that played Freddie Mercury. Nathan Lane. No, I don't know who played him. They used a black guy. It was very unusual. Mercury Morris. No, it was good. It was good. I would have liked to see more about the genesis of each song. They sort of, you know how the book... I'm sure there's a book out there. I was watching it going, I know people, if this is based on a book or whatever, it just moved very fast. They tried to fit a lot in. But he was one interesting dude, and the actor was unbelievable who did it. I didn't realize Freddie Mercury's teeth were so fucked up. They were distracting the whole movie. I kept staring at his giant, it's like watching Mr. Ed.
It's Rami Malek. He's the guy from... Rami Malek.
From what? What's he from? Where do we know him from?
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot?
TV show.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. But Rami Malek. Unbelievable job.
So he goes from a show where he basically has no emotions and kind of sounds autistic to Freddie Mercury.
What's Mr. Robot? What is that, on Netflix or something?
On TV.
It's on TV? I don't watch TV anymore. I was scolded. But it's a good movie. It gets better as it goes along. The first few minutes, I'm like, this is kind of shallow, not digging deep enough. But, and it's just those shots of Live Aid in 1985 or 86, whenever they did it. Those shots of that stadium packed, Wembley, and oh my God, I can't imagine what that's like. I can't get 300 people in a goddamn theater. These people had fucking 500,000 people in a stadium. Just the T-shirt revenue alone. But I suggested, this is weird. They're like, it's up for an maybe Best Picture. It's funny. These are movies that years ago you would have went, well, that was a pretty good movie. But now that's, because there's so much garbage out there with Judd Apatow and his fucking horse shit, that these things stick out. But any other decade, I mean, this couldn't have fucking, it would have been like, yeah, that was pretty good. But the music and shit, I was always a Queen fan. And funny story, I think I've told this before. In 8th grade, one of our assignments in Spanish class, we had to translate our favorite song on the radio at that time into Spanish. Oh, we could pick a song. No, we could pick any song and translate it into Spanish. I picked Bohemian Rhapsody. My sister Darlene was a straight A Spanish student. She tried to help me for 3 minutes. She was in tears, going, you're fucking crazy. Scaramouche Vandando. She took her own life about an hour after that. Anyways, that's enough for today, but I suggest the movie. SAG sends me, because I'm part of Screen Actors Guild, they send all the shit in the mail to us. And it's kind of cool, but 8 out of 10 of them are just totally for women. If I laid these out, you'd be like, what the fuck? It has nothing to do. They're really shooting for a specific demographic. Anyways, that's it for today. Patrons, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Hopefully my buddy Jimmy Schubert will Skype in or whatever. Remember, you think it, I'll say it. You're very welcome. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.